celebrated with my family a bit. I just woke up everybody from beds. Felt really good to be accepted to somewhere you really want to be.
I've never been to Europe before coming here. I think it will be definitely, kind of like a checklist to, live and experience Europe. A lot of the scientists who made it in this discovery or Nobel Prize discovery, they come from Europe. And I think that has to do very heavily with the educational system.
So my dad graduated in 1994. When we were walking around, he took me to a salon where he used to get a haircut. And they found the same person still working there, and they recognized him. It was really funny.
I have one brother here as well, and he's also in med school, and I have one sister in first year. And he literally just Googled good universities with good ranking in Europe, and then just Szeged popped up. Trust me, siblings without parents, it's not a good idea.
Our first friend was my neighbor, and I heard him sing from his apartment. And then one day I met him, I was just like, oh, you sing opera, right? And he's, oh, yeah, I guess.
Did you find that in Szeged?
Yes. My boyfriend, he's an opera major. Every day, they have to practice their voice. Like, oh. Yeah, I love that. It's a good break from the nerdy stuff that, yeah. The professors really encourage the talented scientists who, they encourage you to go up. They encourage you to dive in. If you're truly passionate about this field.
She wanted to study medicine. I told her about the opportunity for the scholarship. It's great seeing her achieving her dreams and her seeing me achieve my dreams. As she always wanted to be a medical student. Hopefully for me, when I graduate, I'll be working at an international company, having my own office.
The staircase next to the Tisa River. No matter if we're happy, sad, or anything, you see Tisa River and immediately your mood becomes so much better.
I have friends from all over the world, from all regions, from all continents. We still sit down and we still talk and we still realize how different we are.
I see different kinds of people everywhere, different colors, different regions, different groups that they belong to. So you don't really feel that you're so different.
Thank God I was here, I'm very thankful I didn't choose something else. I would never change anything that has happened in the last years.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Good morning to all freshmen and distinguished guests. Let me extend a special welcome to Professor Dr. Marta Szél, Vice Rector for Strategic Planning. Dr. Judith Fendler, the Chancellor of the University of Szeged. And Péter Szakál, Director for Academic Affairs. Welcome everybody to the 2024 Orientation Days of the University of Szeged. After all the excitement of the application, travel, and accommodation arrangements, imaginably lots of planning, you are finally here. It is truly a delight to see you in person. Also, huge welcome to those of you who are following us online, since we are streaming today's event on our YouTube channel. Whether you are present virtually or physically, we are happy that you could make it. I see here in person at least 300 people who, I checked up front, come from more than 103 different countries, and that is fantastic. But please do know that you, students of the University of Szeged, make up a much larger crowd. This year, we have more than 1,200 international students starting their studies at the University of Szeged, and altogether, we have around 24,000 students, out of which 20% are international. This many people cannot be wrong, right? So I can assure you that you made a great choice by coming to Szeged. And during these 3 days, we would like to share our passion for the city and the university with you guys. Szeged is a wonderful place for living, learning, growth, and transformation, as well as for making new friends. Therefore, besides providing you with lots of useful information, it is also our goal for the upcoming days to get you more familiar with your new institution, your new home, the people, and the new surroundings in your life. So, are you ready? Let's get started. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. So, up first, like I said, we have the honor of having with us Professor Dr. Marta Szél, Vice Rector for Strategic Planning of the University of Szeged, who will share her thoughts with you.
Thank you very much. Some preparations. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear guests, and most importantly, dear first-year students. I am delighted to be here today to represent the University of Szeged. On behalf of the entire university community, allow me to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you. Thank you for choosing us. As I look around the room, I see faces filled with excitement, joy, and hope. This is only natural, as you are about to arrive at one of the most important milestones of your lives. Today, we celebrate the start of an exciting journey, the beginning of your academic adventure here in Szeged. By joining our university, you become a part of a vibrant community that values learning, growth, and diversity. In just a few days, you will embark on your studies and set out to work hard as a member of our university. But before you do, let me give you a few insights into what makes our university truly special. The University of Szeged has long been a hub of knowledge, innovation, and excellence. Thanks to our dedicated efforts in the recent years, we have become one of the leading centers of excellence in education, science, and patient care, not only within our region and nationally, but internationally. Our achievements are evident in international rankings. According to the 2024 academic ranking of third universities, ARVU, the University of Szeged is the best university in Hungary and stands among the top universities worldwide. Our success stems from our relentless drive for improvement. We are continually seeking new opportunities to strengthen our industrial and academic partnerships. As an officially recognized research university, we boast a significant number of researchers who are actively engaged in both national and international research projects. As I speak about researchers, I must mention our two Nobel laureates, of whom we are extremely proud, Albert Szent-Györgyi and Katalin Karikó. Dr. Albert Szent-Györgyi, a former rector of our university, was a Hungarian biochemist. He received the Nobel Prize in 1937 for his groundbreaking discoveries in connection with vitamin C. Katalin Karikó, whose name may already be familiar to you, is a professor in our university and one of our most famous alumni. She was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine in 2023 for her pioneering work that significantly contributed to the development of mRNA-based vaccines. We take great pride not only in our world-renowned researchers, but also our active prestigious international networks. We are founding members of the European University Alliance for Global Health, EUGLOH, which unites 9 leading universities from across Europe to train the future generations of European experts. It is also important to highlight our unique partnership with Coursera, the world's largest online educational platform. This collaboration offers our students access to courses developed by top universities and leading multinational companies such as Google and IBM. So, dear first-year students, rest assured, you made the right decision by choosing our university for your studies abroad. I am confident that the knowledge you gain here and the degree you will earn will prove to be of great value to you, not only in the labor market, but in all aspects of your life. Professor Katalin Karikó is a living testament that the highest form of academic excellence can be achieved at our university. At the University of Szeged, every student can find an academic program that aligns with their interest. We offer a wide range of programs across all levels and in nearly every field of study, from health sciences to natural sciences, business, engineering, law, and much more. Our international program dates back to the 80s, and today about 20% of our students are from abroad, representing around 130 countries. This academic year, we expect more than 1,200 international first-year students to begin their studies at our university, which is a source of immense pleasure for us. We are proud of the fact that you come from so many countries. Your diverse cultural backgrounds offer wonderful prospects for learning from us and from each other. Let's seize this incredible opportunity together and make the most of it. That said, we are aware that studying abroad is not always easy. Being far from your home, family, and loved ones can be difficult. In the years ahead, you will undoubtedly encounter challenges and face obstacles. So keep in mind that every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Do not hesitate to ask for help if you need. Just reach out to your professors, faculty coordinators, and peers. We are all here to support you. At the same time, I encourage you to embrace all the opportunities that university life has to offer. Join student clubs, attend events, and participate in activities that you enjoy. At the University of Szeged, you can become a member of various students' communities and organizations that take part in numerous international events throughout the year. We hope that this week's orientation programs help you kickstart your stay in Szeged and provide you with plenty of useful and interesting information. Recognizing that building friendship is an essential part of the university experience, we have organized a wide range of social programs for you for the coming days, including the party for first-year students on the final day, something you are already eagerly anticipating, I'm sure. Dear first-year students, the University of Szeged is honored to be your gateway to knowledge. Throughout this gateway, I hope you embark on your new journey with optimism and confidence, welcoming every opportunity and studying hard to fulfill your dreams. You are about to experience the best years of your lives. Remember, with hard work, dedication, and perseverance, you can achieve anything in your life. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Seel, for these lovely words. There were a lot of key learnings and interesting insights to the university already, but we will get further and explain you in detail many of those things that you just heard. But first, I would like to start with the greet and meet session. I would like you to meet, first of all, our colleagues. You might be a scholarship holder, a self-financed student, or an Erasmus exchange student, but I'm sure that you are already familiar with at least one of our colleagues that are here with us today. So let's start with the Office for International Full Degree Programs first. This office is responsible for any scholarship issues for Stipendium Hungaricum, scholarship for Christian young people, and other full-time scholarship programs. During your time here, you will likely turn to them when you want to acquire or renew your health insurance or Thai card. So please welcome Leona Kovács-Jernei, Anna Mária Szécsi, Diana Katsidis, and Silvia Dora. Up next, I would like to introduce the colleagues of the International Mobility Center. They are responsible for the institutional management of the international mobility programs, such as Erasmus Plus or CPUS or ISMA, the Indonesia Mobility Program. Please welcome Edith Tanács, Tímea Varga, and Miss Luca Ecseki. Last but not least, let's meet the Office for International Collaboration and Admissions. They represent the first line of contact with you by answering all the incoming questions and concerns, and they are also the ones to arrange the process of your applications throughout the DreamApply platform. Have you heard about DreamApply? I'm sure you have. So please say hello to Diana Mustafa, Emilia Szörényi, Rebecca Fodor-Kozma, and myself, Rita Csúri-Magosik. I would also like to extend my gratitude to our senior international students who are here today with us and help us as mentors. They are wearing those yellow university t-shirts that you saw, and they are here to help you in case you have questions throughout the 3 days. So they are not here, but I'm really, really grateful. So a round of applause for them as well. Now, I would like you to meet the faculty colleagues who are also here with us. Starting your student life at a new university begins at the very faculty that you applied to. You probably already know a lot about your own faculty and been in touch with your program coordinator. Some of them are here with us today and would like to address you in person. So first of all, from the Szent Györgyi Albert Medical School, Andrea Lehoczky-Balog, Head of Office of the Office for International Admissions. Who is here from the Albert Szent Györgyi Medical School? You can raise your hand. Wow, lots of people. So you must have met Andrea already. Okay, up next, the Faculty of Health Sciences and Social Studies, Nora Klapčikné, Admission Officer, and Beata Fazekasné-Hajdu. They are both here. So who is from that faculty, the Faculty of Health Sciences and Social Studies? Nurses and physiotherapists? I see a couple of you. Hello, everyone. Up next, the Faculty of Dentistry. Renata Janikis and Etelka Császárné-Dancsó, academic officers. Who is here from the Faculty of Dentistry? Lots of people. Nice to see you all. From the Faculty of Pharmacy, Ms. Gerda Szakonyi, Vice Dean for International Admissions. So, who are the pharmacists? Okay. Hi everyone. Up next, the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration, we have with us Melinda Kovács, International Officer. Who of you are studying business? Okay, quite a few. Very good, welcome. From the Faculty of Arts, the Bartók Béla Faculty of Arts, we have Larissa Sekulic, International Officer with us here today. Anybody doing music? Yeah, hi. I saw one person. Okay. The Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, we have Fanni Leckési, Admission Officer. Who is here from the Faculty of Humanities? I see some guys up there. Hi. Lots of people up there. Hello. Up next, the Faculty of Engineering, we have Dr. Sándor Beszédes, Associate Professor and Vice Dean for International Affairs. As well as International Mobility Center Manager, Dr. Anita Vidács. So where are those future engineers? Yeah, up there I see some of you. Hi everyone. And last but not least, we have the Juhász Gyula Faculty of Education, and we have Balázs Szűcs and Eva Hegedűs, International Officers with us here today. So anybody studying education? Yeah, okay. So thank you for all the colleagues for being here with us today, and thank you for, for greeting them. You have heard our Vice Rector talking about Coursera. Have you heard about Coursera? Raise your hands if you have. Quite many of you have. So did you know that our institution has a very special agreement with Coursera? If not, we will explain it to you further. We have Dr. Lilla Kocsis, Head of Department of Educational Development with us, who will explain you more about Coursera.
Thank you very much, Rita, and welcome everyone here in Szeged. In the next few minutes, I would like to introduce your secret life budge, because I'm sure that you heard about Coursera, that maybe you have never heard about your best friend at the university for your university studies. I think some of you have already registered on the platform, and maybe you completed some courses. But I'm not sure that everybody knows what Coursera is. Coursera is the largest online educational platform with over 100 million learners. 100 million learners. Oh, it's really hard to imagine how many people would like to learn something on Coursera. And this platform was founded by two Stanford professors approximately 11 years ago. And there is a gossip that these two Stanford professors wanted to collect the most important pieces of human or mankind knowledge in case we moved to the planet Mars. Well, I don't know whether you would like to move to planet Mars. Please raise your hand if you would like to move to another planet, maybe today or tomorrow. Okay. Yes, I was quite sure that not everybody would like to move. I like living here in Szeged, so please stay with us for the next some years. But that's it. Maybe we won't move to Mars second, but I'm really happy that we have this brilliant platform with the most important course materials of universities like Stanford or Yale, and companies like Google or IBM. And since the University of Szeged has got a very good cooperation with Coursera, you, as the citizens of our university, will have an unlimited and free access to this platform for your student life. What is this platform for university student? As I have already mentioned, it will be your lifebelt for your university life. It will be your best friend if you will need some academic support, maybe some credits, or maybe some extra study materials when you would like to develop in a study field. Or it will be your best friend when you would like to have a really nice CV, when you would like to glow up your CV, or when you would like to be a specialist in a field. Then don't hesitate to look something on Coursera platform. And I'm really delighted to announce that all freshmen who have enrolled in the learning programs open for the applicants, university applicants, and completed the Google or IBM professional certificates or courses learning how to learn and Mindshift. So we'll automatically receive credits in the study system in the near future. Congratulations, it's something to have credits on your verification today. I think it's really a nice achievement. Thank you for it, and congratulations. And what courses do Szeged students like on Coursera? I have put together this chart. Maybe it's not large enough for you, but you can see the tendencies on it. And you can see here the most popular skills that Szeged students would like to develop, maybe in the near future. The dark colors indicate the master level. The first one is business psychology, and the second one is leadership and management. But if you study this list, then you will see quite a lot of skills on it. For example, not only management, but computing, data analyst, you can be with the help of Coursera as well. I'm sure that you would like to test yourself on Coursera, so you can have your question, okay, how can I get access to Coursera? Yes, I see that you don't hesitate to scan the QR or take a photo. Please feel free to do it, because you can see the short steps how to be a Coursera fan for your next some years. So, good news, you can do it immediately when you get your login and password to our study system, the Neptune. Maybe you have already heard this word, the Neptune, you know, the ancient god. So that's the same name for our study system. And then in some steps, you can enroll courses and you can enjoy all the services of Coursera. And when you arrive on the platform and you enter, please look for this logo. It is the logo of our university. And when you see it, it means that, okay, you are at the right place, because this logo means that you can use the platform unlimited and, of course, free of charge. Please feel free to challenge yourself, and maybe us, to use Coursera for fun, maybe for moving to Mars, or as a lifebird at your university career. I wish you happy learning. and a successful student life. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Lila, so much for this wonderful presentation. If you would like to broaden your horizon even further, the fact that the University of Szeged is part of the EUGLOH Alliance offers you just that. Krzysztof Kupec, EUGLOH Student Engagement Vice President, will explain you how. Krzysztof, the floor is yours.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Krzysztof Kupec from the EUGLOH Local Student Board. May you already have heard about EUGLOH. Let's see what EUGLOH is. So EUGLOH is similar to Erasmus, but a bit different. It's a platform that allows researchers and students to work together within the Alliance. EUGLOH offers courses online as well as with mobility opportunities. The courses are much more shorter than Erasmus exchange semester, and the Alliance currently has 9 universities. From now on, you are registered for the University of Szeged. You can access all courses through EUGLOH in the following universities. I would like to mention University Paris-Saclay or the University of Hamburg. The courses can be found in all areas like pharmacy, biology, or sports science, and you can find everything. Now let's see the website of EUGLOH where you can apply for courses. So this is eugloh.eu, and when you choose courses and trainings, you are landing on this page. And if you scroll down, you can see the upcoming courses, and you can register for them. And it's all funded by EUGLOH money. Moreover, what else EUGLOH can give you? So every partner university has a local student board, which is like a student organization, and where students can network and grow together. EUGLOH offers you 2 opportunities, like every student can access EUGLOH courses and gain international knowledge and experiences, or a student board member can be part of a EUGLOH community, and they can have better chances for more connections. Among the tasks of the student board, we can see that we are involved into a lot of things, that we are working on international projects, we are doing the social media of the local student board, and we are promoting for the courses that you can access. Now it's your chance to be part of the local student board of the EUGLOH project. Don't miss your shot. Mark your calendar, and the application deadline is 9th of September, and the platform of the application is on CoSpace. You may have heard about CoSpace, and if you haven't, then please reach out us in Instagram. So do not hesitate to follow us on Instagram or TikTok, and write us a message if you need any help. And thanks for your attention, and I hope to see you soon in our student board, and thanks for the attention.
Thank you, Krzysztof, for your presentation. Up next, we would like to introduce the Erasmus Student Network to you. In cooperation with the university, they help newly arrived students starting their academic and social life in Szeged and at the university. Please welcome Liza Fekete-Szűcs, ESN President, who is here to explain you more about that.
Thank you very much. Hello everyone, my name is Liza Fekete-Szűcs, and I would like to introduce you what is ESN exactly and how we can help you to have a better life in Szeged and we create more opportunities for you. So what is our main mission as an organization? We are here to provide opportunities for cultural understanding and self-development based on the SHS, Students Helping Students principle. This means that we are here to create a place where you can simply share your cultures and simply broaden your horizon, broaden how you see the world and really grow personally and to create yourself into a greater individual. And the Students Helping Student principle means that all of our mentors and active mentors and buddies are mainly students themselves, so they can help you way more easily to integrate yourself into your life in Szeged. But what is ESN exactly? We are the biggest student association in Europe. We are represented in more than 40 countries with more than 500 sections, and we are in more than 1,000 higher education institutions. And as you can see, we have many active members and buddies as well, and we are offering our services to 350,000 international students every year, including you as well. As you can see, we are a non-profit organization, meaning we don't receive any kind of payment for our hard work. We are simply doing everything for you, for creating a better opportunity for you and to have a great time of your life here. And what do we do here in this local section? We are in August. You may have probably received a mentor. If you did not, then please contact me, as it was quite hectic in the beginning. So the mentors are there for you to help you navigate through your life, through the beginning. We are here to find you accommodation and to guide you where you need to go if you need to do your Thai card or simply with any minor things that comes up to your mind. And based on our mission, we are also organizing many events which are also cultural and social. And I would like to give you a little insight of what our next month, September, will look like. Also, today we will have a little international bingo at Pivo at 8 a.m. So if you want to get to know each other a little bit better and simply meet new people and reach out to them, then please come to Pivo. And as you can see, I have circled Pub Crawl, which is one of the greatest hits in our summit. And for that, you have to sign up first, register it through our Instagram story. And you will have 4 days to register before the event. So please, if you wish to join us, then let us know immediately. And if I didn't caught your attention with popcorn, I also brought some pictures from our previous popcorn event. And we are also offering the ESN card, which I believe most of you had heard before. You can go to our office to simply receive it. You just have to bring your passport or identification card and a small picture of yourself to the rector's office in the 45 office. We are there during the day, and you can simply register it through one of our mentors. And these are our partners currently. We are we are gaining more and more partners each day, so hopefully we will get way more by the end of this semester and give you many more discounts throughout your stay in Szeged. Thank you for your attention. You can find us on the following platforms, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for your presentation, and I hope that many of those present here today you will meet very soon. Up next, we have another organization created for students by students with the support of the University of Szeged, this time the Albert Szent-Györgyi Medical School. Let us welcome Lee Chang-yong, or CY, ISUS president.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my true honor to stand here to give a presentation and introduction about what ISUS is and introduce myself. My name is CY. Or you can call me Lee Chang-yong, that's an abbreviation. I'm from South Korea, and I'm a current 6th year medical student and serving as a president of ISUS. And ISUS stands for International Student Union of Szeged, representing for the English and the German program in the Faculty of Medicine. Sorry about the font. Today, I would like to briefly share the purpose and the value of our existence and outlining how we support and enhance the student experience in Szeged. Our primary mission at ISUS is to support the students' academic success because we are medical students. And we provide the study materials for all 6 years of medical school, giving students access to the resource that they need. Also, our mentor-mentee system connects the junior students with the experienced seniors to guide them through the complexity of medical schools. When academic challenges arise, especially dealing with the faculty members and the professor or the department head, our ISUS academic team step into the matter and to facilitate the efficient communication, allowing students to focus on their studies without unnecessary stress. And we also offer a specialized preparation for medical licensing exam, USMLE for United States, and AMC for Australia, and UKMLE for United Kingdom. While academics are our main focus, we recognize that personal well-being is crucial for sustaining the academic performance. Thus, we organize a variety of activities from sports to dance or social events and outreach programs. And this will allow the students to relieve their stress and foster their friendship and create their memorable experiences in Szeged. This diagram briefly illustrates how our leadership positions are arranged within ISUS, and this structured approach optimized communication and efficiency, ensuring that all students' needs are met efficiently. And as a president, I am committed to uphold our mission to support every student. And the detailed roles are listed on the slide. But the key takeaway message is that ISUS is here to serve the students. We have 3 key board members who oversees and ensure everything is on right track. And under the board members, we have 5 committees: sports, strike force, which stands for the team for making a past paper for the students, and PR and media, and the social and outreach. And each committees are tasked with specific functions that contribute to our overall missions. And throughout our years in medicine, I have seen many students fall behind, not because of the lack of effort, but due to the lack of know-how. And ISUS is here to provide that guidance, showing the right way and supporting each other. Together, we will overcome the challenges of medical school, and our goal is to help each student to grow and graduate and become a medical doctor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, CY, for this presentation. So up next, we have Mello Depot with us, and Mark Nemet, project manager. This is a company that specializes in jobs for students. So Mark will explain you further what you can do as an international student, how you can earn some money next to your studies.
Hello everyone. Wow. To be honest, I'm speechless. You're so young, you're so beautiful. So, hello again. Welcome to Szeged. My name is Mark, and I hope you are doing well today and enjoy being here. I'm here to let you know our student job agency, as it just mentioned, the Mello Depot. Yes, this is our company. Maybe you don't know us. We are a student job agency, as I just said before. So, what are we doing? We do a lot of things, but most importantly, giving you an opportunity to find a job, friends, and other students, to get some relationships with friends, or kind of like that. But we work with thousands of students and hundreds of foreign students in a year, but not just in Szeged, in the whole country, in Hungary. So, where can you find us if you are interested in jobs? Right now, we are in the TIC, in the library, as you know, but we are in front of the TIC. So if you go outside, we will be there with open doors. So if you're interested, feel free to come into our office and ask. We will help you as we can. But let me show you our most popular job in Szeged for foreign students. This is the vegetable and fruit packer job. In average, 20 to 30 students work here in one day, but we work with 80 to 110 students in a month, because nobody can work every day, because you have to study, you have to go to your classes and live life, party with your friends, making connections and networking opportunity. So yes, as you can see, we have some students here who works in a t-shirt like on me. So yeah. If you are interested, as I mentioned, feel free to read this QR code, and you can visit our website and this job, take just a picture, and after maybe we will see you soon. Thank you for your time. I was Mark. Have a good day, and as I mentioned, if you have any questions, feel free to come our office in front of the TIC. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. I hope you will see many students of ours in your office. All right, so now I would like to share some important information with you about the upcoming days of the orientation week. If you look inside the bag that you received upon registration, you will find a freshman's passport. It looks like this. Have you found it? And also, there is a checklist inside. Please check the checklist if you have it. So we ask you to please consult these thoroughly, especially the checklist, which contains all necessary and practical information for you to experience these 3 days smoothly and without any glitch. The passport itself might come handy at any time during the first days or weeks of your stay here in Szeged, but please make sure to have it on you on Thursday. So the Thursday, this passport will be crucial because you will go on a treasure hunt and you will need to collect stamps on the inside of the booklet. So it looks like this. So this is very important for the Thursday program. During these 3 days, you can find our mentors in the tent in front of the main building or the rector's department of the University of Szeged. They are there to help you, so look for that tent that looks like a big bubble. There are always people inside who can help you if you have questions regarding the programs. We invite you to participate in our social media game called Do You Follow? As the name suggests, we ask you to follow us on our social media platforms and register anytime during these 3 days in the tent that I just mentioned, so in front of the main building. So talking about main building, it is very important that tomorrow's official program is not here, but in the main building, so that is Dugonich Square, 13 Dugonich Square, with the beautiful fountain in front of the building. This is where we will also have the freshman party, so the rest of the programs of the 3 days are held there and not here. The information session tomorrow starts at the Rector's Department at 10 a.m. for those of you who are fee-paying or governmental scholarship holders. So it starts at 10 a.m. And the information session for Erasmus, ISMA, and other mobility program students, it starts at 11 a.m. Please make sure to arrive 30 to 60 minutes prior to those times. Since starting at 9 a.m., you will have the possibility to visit the booths of our service units. I will explain that a little later, what those service units are. Those of you who have registered for the team building activity at the Star Pass, which is an outdoor activity, and we will take you there by bus, you will receive a separate email about this event tonight. But I'm just telling you, please make sure to wear outdoor clothes, since we will really be outdoors. Have water and snacks with you, and most importantly, have a hat, and be on time at the meeting point, which is 1:30 tomorrow, because we have a very tight schedule and we won't be able to wait for latecomers tomorrow. The last day of the event will be Thursday, which will start with the library tour. So those interested in discovering the ins and outs of how this huge institution that boasts nearly 3 million documents, this one, please meet our colleagues at 11 a.m. here at the library. No prior registration is necessary, just show up if you're interested. Starting at 2:30, so I'm still on Thursday, you can participate in this treasure hunt activity and collect the stamps. And during this activity, you can explore iconic places of the city in teams or by yourself. The route starts again at the freshman info desk at the tent, so make sure to go there before you embark on this trip. Everyone participating will get a gift, and those who complete 7 stations out of the 8 will be rewarded with an extra gift. So it is really worth, and you will see lots of fun places, you will learn some fun facts about Szeged, so, and it's also a cool way to get to know each other with your faculty, mates, and other peers. If you have any more questions, you can always go to the freshman information desk at the tent. Okay, and let me tell you a few words about those service units. What are those service units? So I mentioned that tomorrow you will have the chance to meet them. That's why we ask you to come a little earlier before your session. So at the University of Szeged, we have several so-called service units that work for you to complement your academic life in various ways. They will present their services to you tomorrow, and hereby I would like to encourage you to visit their booth while you are there. They really have amazing services. You will have the chance to meet the American Corner. Their goal is to provide services that connect local communities and individuals to the American culture and society. They are located at another place called Szent Györgyi Albert Agora, and they have programs including English Conversation Club, a lot of other various workshops. They can provide you information on studying in the US, at US colleges or universities. So this is definitely a place to check out while you're here. Dr. Sale mentioned that, and I do agree, it is not easy to start a new life in a completely new country, in a completely new city, at a completely new institution, and it's absolutely not uncommon to have some private issues, some life management issues. And therefore, we have a so-called student counseling. The Student Counseling Center provides help to the students of the university in tackling these life management issues. So if you have depression, you have a conflict, you have a problem that you cannot solve, it's not academic, it's more personal, then they are there to help you. That's what this service is for. So they totally respect your privacy, and they do offer their counseling services to all active students of the university for 5 sessions free of charge upon registration. So do use this service if you are in need. Reach out to them. And you can also talk to them tomorrow. We also have a so-called foreign language center. So if you're interested in learning, for instance, Hungarian, who speaks Hungarian here? A little bit? Hands up? Well, yeah. I think if you are here for a longer term, it is definitely a good idea to start learning some Hungarian, but they also offer courses in English, French, German, Italian, Russian, Spanish, you name it, and organize international language exams. You can also meet the university's career office. The career office offers job and internship opportunities to support the professional development of students and recent graduates by preparing them to the labor market. For instance, they organize every year a big job fair where you also can participate, you guys. We also have a so-called sports center where there are almost 150 courses to choose from in 55 different sports, and many of those courses are available in English, so it is a good idea to talk to them, and maybe you find something that you have never tried before. The Confucius Institution will also be there. For those interested in learning Chinese as a foreign language, the Institute offers language courses taught by professional Chinese native language teachers. And besides language teaching, the institution emphasizes the importance of spreading Chinese culture to a wide audience. So they organize a great variety of exciting programs free of charge. Very interesting. We also have an alma mater, a so-called alma mater organization. This is our alumni organization. But it's not only it doesn't only serve students who already graduated, but they try to provide opportunities to connect former and current students, and they have lots of really good ways to do that. So it is worth to check out their website. And you will also meet them not just tomorrow, but also on Thursday, because they will organize a fun photo shooting activity, which is the station number 1 during the treasure hunt activity. So you can meet them and they will explain to you what they do in more details. So again, I encourage you to visit their booth tomorrow. It's always a huge success. There are a lot of students, and I think it will enrich your experience of these orientation days. So before we start our next presentation, I have an announcement to make. We just learned that students who are enrolled to the English General Medicine program at this Albert Szent Györgyi Medical School, there must have been some sort of mix-up, and many of you did not show up at the registration this morning at 9 a.m. So who are here who are in the English program of medicine and did not go to the faculty this morning at 9 a.m., please raise your hands. Okay, raise your hands. So English program, medicine, and did not go to the... Okay, so there must have been some mix-up. That is a very important registration that you just missed. This will establish your student status. So we decided that we will let you go now, guys, because it is very important that you go there. It is not for those in the German language, because those in the German language program will need to go to the faculty tomorrow at 9 a.m. But those in the English General Medicine program who did not register today, 9 a.m. in the morning, I would like you to go with Andrea, my colleague there, and you may leave now, okay? I'm sorry, you will miss the rest of the programs. You may come back, you are welcome to come back, but this is more important now. So please, everyone who did not participate at this registration, you need to leave now. But the rest of you, I encourage you to stay because we will have a cool coffee break and we will have a, how do you call that? We will play a little game and you will have the chance to win university hoodies. It is called a raffle ticket. Those who were there in the morning at 9 a.m., those may stay. Okay, guys, so now it's time to welcome my colleague, Emilia Sorini, from the Office for International Cooperation and Admissions and the big cycler, who will give you some vital tips regarding public safety in Hungary. This will be very fun. I know she prepared a lot of things for you. So, Emilia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rita. Hi, everyone. My name is Emilia. As Rita mentioned, is everyone very tired and bored a little bit? Yes? Okay. I promise to be very quick, okay? And after my presentation, I promise there will be some more fun. So coffee break, some snacks to eat, and the raffle ticket, so you can give your prizes. So keep on. I'm here to represent the police department. Unfortunately, the colleague there is on maternity leave, so I'm sorry, but I am going to talk about Hungary and some safety tips in Hungary. I'm sure that you have seen this map before, but I'm wondering how many of you have been to Hungary before? Hands up. Ooh, that's a nice amount. Okay, are you familiar with some of the data, how big we are? Are we bigger than Austria? Yeah, a little bit. It's just like 10,000, 90 kilometers bigger. Population, any idea how big we are? Are we bigger than Istanbul? No. Yeah? Any million? Guess. Like 5 or 10 or 15? 12? 8? 9? Well, nearly 10. 10 million only. But as our politicians say, oh, we have another 5 million people living abroad. So we have a lot of people outside of Hungary living in Transylvania, Romania, Serbia, and so on. We have some more boring data. But have you been to Budapest before? Yeah, it's always fun to visit the capital. I love Budapest because it's really vibe and culture, but honestly speaking, if I have to raise a child or if I have to go to school, I prefer to stay and live in Szeged. This is some more data regarding Szeged and the county. If you have to fill in a form, if you have to go to the immigration office, for example, you have to be aware that we are part of the Csongrád County, as we call, and we have some bordering countries, Serbia, Romania, and Croatia. And if you want to go to the sea, which country would you go to? The nearest, the seaside. How can you reach the seaside? Yeah. Can you speak up? Well, actually, Croatia, okay, it's the closest. It's like 6 hours drive. Croatia has a nice beach. Romania has, but it's more further. Okay, this is the official part. If you meet a police, make sure, well, first of all, I'm here to talk about the safety tips, so I don't want to stress you out, but I just want to warn you that when you walk across or when you walk outside, you decide to discover the city, make sure to have something on you, an ID or a passport, because some of the officials can check it, okay? Always be aware that you are a guest at the beginning of this life in Hungary. So you don't know the rules yet, I guess, not all of them. Some of you are from Europe, but some of you are from Asia or even further, so we have different culture. Luckily, the University of Szeged has international students for more than 30 years. So the citizens basically get used to international students, but you will see some people who will stare at you because you're so different from them. So don't be afraid. Please just try to acknowledge that it's just a general curiosity. However, I ask you to always be polite and patient because not everyone speaks English in Szeged. I'm sure that you have been here for a couple of days and then you experience that in some shops, especially in downtown area, people speak English, but the majority of the officers don't speak English. So you have to speak slowly. You please be prepared to be patient. These are the guys who can check you. Most importantly, make sure to see their badges with the colors and the Hungarian flag and their numbers. They are not allowed to take cash, okay? So if, in a way, you are fined, I'm sure you won't be, but if you see something happening, make sure to be aware that they cannot take cash, they can only give you a little yellow check or a bank card machine so that you can pay by bank card. Also, we would like to remind you that there's a nice network of money exchange offices, so don't exchange money on the street because there are, especially on Budapest, you will see these guys standing at the stations and then they are selling whatever money, but don't use those services. This is just a sample how a policeman can check himself or identify himself. Safety tips. Anyone with a bike this morning? Yeah, thank you. I am a big cycler and a biker. So I'm here to explain the advantages of being a cycler in Szeged. It's a small town, it's very safe, and it has the biggest population of cyclers compared to its number of the citizens. So you will see a lot of designated cycling roads. You see in the picture at the bottom. Make sure to use those if you have Google Maps, it will show where and how to bike. And if you, let's say that I encourage you to buy a used bike or borrow a bike. So because it's very fast, it's pretty safe, and it's very environmental. If you do this, make sure to be visible for drivers. I also drive, and I get really shocked when I see a very fast drivers. I know some of our students actually are sitting on a bike and they work for, those restaurants or online restaurant services, whatever you call, like eFood or Food Panda. Yeah, also these services, and they are very fast. So again, be patient because there are certain junctions where now even scooters can walk past very fast. They're very fast, but they should wear a helmet, they should have an insurance, they should be very visible. If you use the bike, make sure to buy one with lamps in the front and the back. Policemen can check it actually. Ringing bell also, and because I am a mother as well, I always talk about safety to my kids and to you guys. This is a pretty ugly one, right? But it's pretty visible. Well, it has to be on you when you cycle outside of the city. But if you don't cycle outside of the city, but inside, and it's dark and it's wet because it's in October and November, and your classes ends after 6 p.m., make sure to wear something that is visible. Even if you don't use the bike, but you walk, you know how to use this. Just put it on, like this. Okay? It's prettier, isn't it? Well, if you still don't like it, girls, I know it doesn't really fit with your high heels. This is the one for you, okay? Even on your wrist or your ankle, whatever. Just be very visible so the driver can see you. Yeah, we are a city of bikers. We have a lot of bike stations, so you can lock it. Make sure to buy a good locker. Regarding safety tips, be aware that in Hungary, and Szeged is one of the safest cities in Hungary. Like in 2 or 3 years ago, it was the safest actually. I don't have the statistics this year. But be aware that we have some pickpocketers and tricky thefts, especially on public transport, and I have to say in Budapest, okay? Because it happens that in certain areas, it's a huge crowd, and you have to make sure to put your belongings in your bag and hold your bag with your arm, especially if you go to Budapest. Make sure to don't drink too much. Well, regarding alcohol, is there anyone who drives a car? Okay, it's zero tolerance in Hungary, and it's not allowed to drink anything at all. I know in different countries it's different. Regarding public transport, have you used any of the public transportation in Szeged? Yes, okay. Which is your favorite? Tram, train, bus, or tram? The funny ones, right? The little trams, yellow or blue. What? Well, basically, we have a lot of... we have a very good public transport system. Well, depending where you live, because I live in an area where public transport takes much longer to use than to use a bike. As I mentioned, policemen can take your identity card, but controllers cannot. So if you get on the bus, or if you get on a tram or a tram train, always make sure, especially in September, to buy a ticket or to get familiar with the tickets or the bus pass or whatever, but basically you have to have something because controllers are picky this time of the year because they know that there's a lot of international students and they know that they don't have enough information. Please read ESN Szeged. They put together a nice article regarding public transport, okay? Because if a controller stops you, even they cannot take your identity or residence permit, but they can call the police, okay? And they can take you to the police station. It never happened that I haven't heard anything with international students, but I know some of the Hungarian students can be very mean with controllers, so that's why I learned it. I also learned from students who were drunk and brought some drink and food on board. They were fined as well. So don't drink on board on the tram or a bus, or don't, bring anything that can ruin the vehicle. Yes, regarding burglars, well, make sure that it's a network, it's a big city. Well, big city. It's, well, actually more than 170,000 people lives in Szeged. However, we have the burglars, and then they ask for money. Instead of money, we encourage you to give them food. Well, drugs forbidden as well. Other important advice, well, common sense, lock the door, okay? Not just close it, but lock it, always. Once I heard the statistics that even Hungarians leave the doors open, and the majority of the crime comes or happens because of this. Well, Szeged has a very strict pay parking system. In downtown, you cannot really park your car, but you make sure to buy the ticket. Taxis. There are the labeled taxis in Szeged and in Budapest. You're encouraged to use the labeled ones, you know, which has the names like Tempo or Radio. The car with a taxi sign only is suspicious because they can cheat you. Don't use a taxi just with a label, but use the ones with a proper brand, okay, where you see the names. Anyone has used a taxi? Okay. Which one? Do you remember? No? Okay. Okay, but so it had a name on it, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Good advice. These are the speed limits. Please make sure if you drive the car. Anyone from Germany? Yeah. What is the speed limit in Germany? Can you speak up? 160 or something? Even no speed limit, you see? That's different. If you have the chance to drive in Hungary, make sure not. Well, these are the motorways, 130, like 10%, and the fine is very strict. So they take a picture and they find you, and you have to pay a couple of thousand Hungarian forints. I once had this as well. Okay, just 2 more. I'm looking at Rita, how many more? Okay, good. Emergency. It's different from, you know, country by country, it differs. But 112 is a Europe-wide number. So if you need help, this is a central number, which means that the police department, the fire department, and the emergency will be, you will be transferred to these departments. So if you call this number, make sure that this is a central number, and you have to explain the emergency situation like twice at least, because they will connect you to the right colleague first. What would you do if you call 112 first? Yeah, but what is the information that you have to give? Location, yeah, these are the ones that basically the location, the time, maybe the person that you can describe, and the situation, okay? It's not easy, because if you see something happening on street which needs emergency, well, you call 112, or if you are a medicine student, you saved a life, right? It happened once during our stay in Marstér, one of the big junction. Our student was so focused that he didn't even call anyone. He just jumped in the situation and saved the life of a lady. Anyone with a program or health emergency? So can you provide this emergency help? Health, if you see someone choking, can you help them, or you just call the phone? Yeah, good for you. It's always nice to have someone around you with this. Well, this is the police department located in one of the big circle road in Szeged. If you need to contact them, you will see the contact number. I advise you to email them. They are very busy, but if you see something, or if you were in trouble and then you think you need help from the police, please email them and call us as well. If you don't manage with police, it happens that they don't speak English. So we ask you, if you need help from the police, or if you need help from, let's say, hospitals or other officials, always email us as well if you have different obstacles. We are at the Rector's Department, and then you know our email address, international@sta.hu. And thank you for your attention, and enjoy your session.
Thank you, Amelia, so much for explaining these public safety trips. Now, we would like to ask for your help. We would like to know you a little bit better, but I would like to check this QR code first, because we had 2 versions, and I really want to make sure that you're reading the right one. Yes, so I would like to ask you to please scan this QR code with your phone, and this will land you on a website that has 17 questions regarding how you got here to Szeged, what you're doing here, and how you would rate us so far from what you have seen so far. So I would like you to take your time, fill this in right now, and when you're done, we will have a little coffee break. And after the coffee break, we will do a little lottery. And those who filled in the survey, which is, I guess, all of you, you will now receive a lottery ticket from my colleagues when you leave. So you fill in, when you're done, you leave, you get a lottery ticket. And when you're back from the coffee break, we will draw 5 winners. And those 5 winners will get a very cool university hoodie. So we appreciate, the hoodie is a hooded sweater, right? So we really appreciate you doing this for us. So I will give you some time to do just that. will start soon. Please, everybody, proceed back to the Congress Hall. We will start the lottery soon. Igen, légy szíves, légy szíves. Emi, te meg az elsőn szóljál már, hogy jöjjenek vissza, mert most az Ivet fölment.
Igazából akiket megtaláltunk, de odakint csak néhányan lézengtek.
Jó, akkor most már kezdjük lassan, jó? Még itt megvárjuk. Okay, so everybody please take your seats. We will start in a minute. Mármint, hogy...
Mármint a teremben.
Emi szólt. Mehetünk? All right, so everybody ready for the lottery? Please take your seats. We're starting right now. All right, so thank you for coming back. We hope you enjoyed the coffee break. As we said, we are grateful that you filled in the survey, and we would like to distribute 5 university hoodies among you. These hoodies are displayed here. We have 3 colors, blue, gray, and what color is that, like a Bordeaux? So, purple-ish. So what we will do, we will draw 5 numbers. The color and the number both have to match because we had 5 or 6 different colors. But if it's your ticket and the color and the number is the right, please come here and our colleagues will give you the right color and the right size. So I keep fingers crossed for all of you. Let the drawing begin. Okay, so first winner is yellow 21. Who has yellow 21? Oh, there you go. Please come here. Yeah, you can give... Okay, my colleagues will help you to choose the right size and the color. Next one. Next one. Next one is green 3. Green 3. You have it? Okay, next one. Next one is pink with a heart on it, and the number is 34. Pinky one, 34. Pinky with a heart, 34. Who has it? You have it? Okay. Okay, next one. Don't look. Okay, the next one is red 14. Okay, that matches. Red 14. Anybody has it? You have it? You have it. Good. Okay. Okay, so that makes 14. 1, 4. 14. Okay. So that makes it 4. And we have one last left. Lucky hand. This is green 28. 28, green. Ah, there you go. Okay, congratulations to the winners. If you haven't won any hoodie, tomorrow, so during the 3 days, you can follow us in the social media game and you will have the chance to win 3 more hoodies. And on Thursday, we will also have a little quiz, a Mentimeter quiz during the freshman party, where you will again have the chance to win 3 more hoodies. So you have some chances left. Okay. We have one last presentation for you, but this is very interesting because you remember I told you that you guys come from more than 100 countries. Emilia has already talked about cultural differences. It can be very hard to start a new life in a new country because you might not even be aware of those cultural differences that you are in fact facing. So we have a wonderful lecturer, Dr. Anett Árvai, Senior Assistant Lecturer, Head of Hungarian Studies Programs, and she will give you a very interactive and hopefully really fun cultural sensitivity training. So, Anett, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I know that that's a long day, so in this presentation, in this talk actually, I'd like to call your attention to some cultural differences and also to give you a few tips how to overcome these challenges. So, in brief, we have to acknowledge that when we study abroad, we have to face intercultural differences. So the time you will spend in Hungary and in Szeged will be full of surprises. Some of them are very pleasant and some of them will be difficult. And today I would like to call your attention to some of the cultural differences which may cause you misunderstanding or surprise. And also we can think about, and hopefully during the semester you will have very many Hungarian friends who will help you to overcome the difficult points or the difficult moments during your studies. So in this presentation, we will also try to understand the causes of potential cultural clashes. And also, I would like to empower you with a few tips, useful tips, how to manage your studies in Szeged successfully. Okay, so at this moment, I would like to ask you to take a break and then try to join. So scan this QR code and also try to type in words that you would associate with the expression study abroad. So if you go to vocab.com, you can type the even code or the QR code, makes it easier. You are very hardworking. You make the computer mad. Maybe another 30 minutes, and then you can stop typing. We have quite many. Okay, thank you. So please stop typing so we can look at all the words you have written down. Okay. Stop, please. Wow, I really have to go close. The font will be tinier. Wow, calm down beautifully. Okay, so stop typing, otherwise you won't be able to see the words. So you can see that the larger the letters and the words, the more people type that in. So adventure, diversity, new and challenge, experience. Yeah, these are the keywords. Actually, we could spend a day here discussing all these words and go one by one, because adventure is the largest one, so an experience. So yeah, studying abroad is an experience. It's a very rich experience, which can be very beneficial for your whole life. I myself was a student and spent a year in the US, and I remember I went through all the stages. That was a long time ago, before internet came in, so I didn't have this kind of family support because there was a limited access to phone calls. So nowadays, the adventure is a little bit softer, but still, if you come from a very remote part of the world, if you come from countries where the culture is very significantly different from Hungarian, then you may feel after a while that this is not that easy. So yeah, definitely, it's a new adventure, and diversity is there. Since you will study in multicultural classrooms, that will be the starting point. Most of you will, I don't know how many of you have studied abroad, but if you haven't, then you will be surprised to see and understand slowly, hopefully understand not only the Hungarian culture, but also other cultures as well. So this is a very mutually beneficial feeling when you start cooperating, working and talking with colleagues, I mean with other students, not only with the professors in the lab, anywhere else outside the classroom, you will be able to pick up cultural experiences. Okay, so for this moment, unfortunately, we have to leave this slide and going back to the other one. Hopefully it will change back, because in my, yeah, okay, it came back. So you came here with certain expectations, right? Probably you read something on the internet about Hungary in the media, or you had friends who recommended you to come here to study. And then while starting your studies, walking in the streets, maybe visiting Budapest, you will see the reality, the real Szeged, the real Hungary, the real classroom, the professors. And then actually reality may be not as beautiful as you have expected. So there will be very many happy moments and say, wow, that's interesting. And sometimes you would say, oh, what is he talking about? I don't understand the pronunciation of the professor. I'm really worried about the test because the expectations are not that clear. So there will be some difficulties with your studies. And then it's very good to acknowledge that. I'm not saying that is a mission impossible. I'm just saying that it's better to be pre-difficulties. So the reality will be, or could be very good, good, or bad, or terrible. And the question is, what is your reaction to that? Because if you feel good, that's okay. That's easy to digest the situation. I mean, not digest, enjoy the situation. But what if something bad happens to you, unexpected, then what is your reaction? So your expectation is this is the way it should be, and the reality, this is Szeged, this is my class. So your reaction could be really multiple. Now, if we go further on, we can actually focus on two big issues. One is the cultural differences, because the cultural differences between your culture and Hungarian culture will explain some of these challenges. And the other package or the other challenge is what's going on in the classroom, so that the academic life, the differences between academic practices. And all those can lead to or can make you feel good and bad. So all these affect your psychological state. And you will have several other lectures when people will help you and explain you how to, what kind of help you can get if your problems are too serious, and then you can turn to these psychologists. But if the problems are not that serious, of course, then you can resolve them. So you can actually overcome with the help of your mentor students, with your friends, or with Hungarian teachers maybe. So let's talk about the cultural differences. This is a second interactive game. So please scan this code. And now I'd like to ask to write words you associate with culture. Okay, I wait 1 more minute, so you can type your words, and at 3:31, we will start looking at the words. Semmit ott láttam, írogatták az ment így a... Láttad, és akkor egyszer csak úgy segítsen. Kell elfrissítünk a oldalásoknak. Okay, you know why we are fixing these technical mistakes? I think you can turn to your neighbor, 2 or 3 people, and then choose 1 or 2 words you typed in actually, and ask questions about how those things are going on in your culture, okay? Maybe you picked food or tradition or whatever. Okay, so it's a 3-minute task, so try to share ideas. I would appreciate if you talk to someone who is not from your culture. Okay? You can turn back as well, not only to the side. Jó, de ha nem megy, akkor hagyjuk, mert betettem pont azért egy portugál. Akkor megpróbálom. Na, most jó, köszönöm szépen. So it healed. All right, so thank you. Let's go on together, okay? I hope that from your neighbors you picked up some cultural differences, and you can go on with discussing all these notions after the lecture. So even if it's moving, we can see that food is written in really large fonts. Food is important. So actually, food is so interesting because it connects us to our culture, and even immigrant communities, we can say that even the 3rd or the 4th generation doesn't speak their ancestors' language, but they still cook those recipes, those family recipes. I met so many of those people who moved out, and their grandchildren still could eat, and they loved goulash or other Hungarian food. The challenge is also there, and also we can see religion and tradition. I think I'm just closing this now, and we can go on. But you can see that you had so many associations. So culture is a very complex phenomena, and it includes all those aspects that you will experience during your stay in Hungary. So these are results from, if it comes again. So culture includes those notions which belong to like art or architecture or the different institutions or film or music. So all those that carry the traditions of those cultural goods of the nation. And so if you understand, or if you look around in Hungary or even in your country, you will see that things were formed because of your history. So history and also the physical environment really affects how culture develops. But all in all, we can say that it is the word value which is the most important one. Why? Because values are the one which filter through in culture. So if you look at the language, if you look at even the buildings, the behavioral patterns, the traditions, the rites, the rituals, they all express the values. So the values are encapsulated in these cultural traditions. And it's very interesting, even language carries on culture. And I show you a very fascinating illustration about culture. E.T. Hall, a cultural anthropologist, made this figure which shows that if you imagine culture, he created a simile that culture is like an iceberg. Imagine that you are Titanic, you are a ship. Okay, don't be Titanic. And then you can bump into this iceberg. Why? Because if we cannot see, if we visit and move to another country, we cannot see that what's beyond water is full of those aspects of culture that are invisible. So it's really surprising to see that when you came to Hungary, you could see the trees, the environment, the university buildings, those who came from very remote countries, then you could understand and you could easily recognize the styles of the buildings are so different. However, if you go to a concert, you can listen to Hungarian folk music or classical music or pop music, whatever you like. You can look around and see how Hungarians dress. If you have a Hungarian friend, maybe you will be invited to a wedding and you will see the Hungarian wedding rituals are different. This is something you can see. That's the visible part of the culture. But what's beyond? Look at that. Notions of beauty. What counts beautiful in Hungarian? Or what about the religious beliefs? Or what about the gender roles, or the body language, or the attitudes towards elderly people, or the importance of space? Let's stop at this one with this one because it's an easy one but important in your studies. Importance of space, what do I mean by that? The first and most important thing is how far you are supposed to stand with your professor or with anyone else. So it calls proxemics, so it means in communication studies, every culture regulates how far you can go close to another person. Because intimate relationship is really, you go close to your partner. But when you talk to someone in the office or at the university, there's an optimal distance, and this optimal distance is not universal. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but there are huge cultural differences that can be measured. That's an average. So Scandinavian people stand farther than we Hungarians. We are somewhere in the middle. I usually test it in my trainings. Like Middle East students usually come closer. So what can you do with this? You can't memorize all the cultures, optimal cultural norms and regulations. What you can see, what you can do is look at and observe your communicative partner, the people you work with, you study with, and look at their behavior. Let's say someone comes too close to me, then I will step back automatically because that's natural. So all the behavior, the way we behave, that will affect our communicative partners, and they will react somehow. If they stay, then it means it's okay. If they stay further back, if they go one step back, it means you are too close, so you just don't follow that person, okay? I was in that situation, and I was also on the contrary. My Finnish students, for me, stood quite far from me, and also the voice level is culture dependent. I stepped closer to her, and she stepped back. So it was an obvious indication it's not comfortable for her. So this is something of easy way, but the most important thing again, that you can't study all the culture's norms and regulations and values, but you can listen to your partner. The other thing is, because we have a limited time today, importance of time. How do you treat the time? It is also very different. In some countries, being late is okay. In many other countries, you really have to be on time. So that's a very fascinating thing, and it's a cultural difference. And I have many friends who have foreign couple, husbands or wives, or just friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, and they told me that it really caused conflicts between them, because if you really want to, if your culture appreciates being on time, then being late is appreciated, is a sign of impoliteness, okay? I'm telling you that in Hungary, we kind of, we like to be on time. So even for university lectures, seminars, be on time, please be on time. If you are late more than 5 minutes, then just sneak into the classroom. Try to avoid that, but don't apologize loudly. Don't knock the door, just sneak in, okay? Because then being on time is a value, and not being on time is something which is, okay, just do it without any kind of fascination. Okay, again, we could go on with this. So after this lecture, I stay here for for some time, and then if anyone has some questions, and even after this lecture publicly, you can ask me some questions if you're interested in any of these aspects of culture with regard to Hungarian culture. I just highlighted these two, which are easy to understand. And now, let's talk a few words about the academic life in the classroom. So you come from a country, and usually you spend 12 years in education before you started university. So you get used to certain teaching style, and you follow certain learning style. What is this style? That style is absolutely compatible with your culture. But you come here, and you will be surprised to see that some of those teaching style practices will be different. So maybe you will find the lecture too difficult to follow. Maybe you would expect more breaks. Maybe you would expect more interactivity. Or the other way around, maybe you don't want that many presentations. Since I've been teaching international students for 20 years in Hungarian culture classes and linguistic classes, because I'm an intercultural linguist, I realized that students have all kinds of expectations regarding teaching and learning style, especially teaching style. So some of them say that they don't want to participate in groups, in games, and they want to study and memorize things. Others say, don't give me stuff and text to memorize because I want to be creative. I want to create my own text. See, so from the teachers' or professors' perspective, especially seminars, those of you who will have interactive seminars during your studies, I'm sure you will enjoy some of the tasks and exercises, and you will find some of them boring. So what to do with this? If you study in a multicultural classroom, like this is the third bubble, then it's impossible to harmonize everybody's needs. So some kind of compromise should be reached. If you have any problems, in Hungary, teachers are really open to consider your comments. So after class, go to the professor and ask them if something is not clear. Because the way the material will be delivered may be difficult, and so ask for help. I keep repeating it many times because that's something, asking for help is not shameful. It's really like a must. Now, if we want to go deeper a little bit, understand the situation deeper, then there are a few cultural anthropological models which explain why certain teaching and learning styles are preferred in certain countries. And the Dutch social psychologist Hofstede outlined 6 cultural dimensions. And one is whether the culture is small or prefers or belongs to the small or the large par distance cultures. So it means that if you look at that icon, which was designed by the Chinese girl when the family moved to Germany, and he was exposed to this huge culture shock, and then he started to draw these kind of cultural differences. He said, you know, China is like the red square and Germany is like the blue square. That was her observation. But this matches Hofstede's observations and studies very well. So if you come from a country which has small power distance, it means your culture rather closer to the blue square, it means that the teacher is not very bossy. It means the education is more cooperative, it's more student-centered, and students are responsible for their progress. What does that mean? If you are responsible for your learning progress, it means that if you don't understand something, that it's you who should find some help anyhow from anyone. If the education is not student-centered, then it is the teacher who is responsible for all the students' progress. In going back to the blue, students can ask questions anytime, and questions expected, and self-expression is awarded. So it means that people can stand up and say, that's what I think, and you know, it's more like an individualistic attitude, which is very common in these cultures. Now, if we go to the red one, those cultures prefer teacher-centered education. It means that the teacher initiates the material, initiates the conversations, and the teacher offers you the topics. And there's a very high respect for teachers. For example, as far as I know in Indonesia, the teachers are called guru, which in the word we adopted in Hungarian, it means someone super smart. And the communication is teacher initiated. It means that the teacher will say, okay, what is your opinion and your opinion and your opinion? So it means that it's the boss, the teacher is the boss. So the teacher is the one who actually manages the whole class. And students can speak if they prompted. Students hardly ask any questions. And very often, and I speak from experience because my students who come from those cultures, they are very shy to ask questions because they think asking questions is a sign of ignorance. It's not. So I would encourage you asking questions. If you don't want to ask it in front of a large classroom because it could be, I know, risky and feels bad, then after the class, teachers will be open to answer your individual questions. And the third bubble was multicultural classroom. So in multicultural classroom, you will be bumped into cultural differences intensively, especially if you have to work with them, like collaborate with your fellow students. But in the end, actually, it will empower you with very rich cultural experience. So it gives you a better understanding and acceptance of cultural differences. Actually, honestly, or personally, that made me an intercultural linguist, because when I started to study here at the University of Szeged many, many years ago, I had a group mate at the Hungarian Studies specialization who was from Japan, and he was so different. And we were both students, and we were working on tasks, and I realized, I don't understand him. Even though we speak in English, in a lingua franca, we don't understand. It's not the words that I didn't understand, it's the mentality I didn't understand. And after a while, lots of research, lots of years, I realized and I understood that what made me, the reason why I didn't understand him, because he never said no. So in certain cultures, saying no is not a norm. It's not really possible. So there are other ways people say no, but not explicitly. So this is again difference, cultural difference. In Hungary, we explicitly say no, but we also kind of give an explanation, so make it nicer. But saying no in Hungary is absolutely okay, but in certain countries, it is not okay. So if you are socializing with international students, then you will understand that sometimes it's not clear what the other people is saying, so what can you do in the situation? Address the difficulty and admit that, sorry, I'm not sure I understand you. Did you mean yes or no? And then, in some cultures, it's very embarrassing to say no, and just make sure that it's okay to say no. Okay. So, some very basic things about Hungarian classrooms. Be on time, we already discussed that. Don't eat during the classes. I know sometimes you will have long days and you will be hungry, so please wait for the breaks. Don't put legs on the table. In certain cultures, it's absolutely okay, but not in Hungary. Chewing gums are considered impolite, and don't use your phone during the class unless the professor asks you to use the phone for certain games or activities. And of course, in certain classes, you can use dictionaries, and so it's up to the teacher. But I mean, what I'm saying is just if phone is a distractor, it doesn't help your studies. You are welcome to ask questions during or after the class. I just mentioned that. And active participation is important. And greet the professors in a formal day, jó napot, or good day. So many of you will study Hungarian. I know that for many students it's compulsory. My colleagues will teach you. And greeting is the first thing. I mean, it's very important to greet each other and also greet the people when you enter a shop or when you enter the university. It's these first words give very good impression of you, so I will encourage you to use the greetings. Now in Hungary, we distinguish between formal and informal style. And the formal style we use in many languages. You have that towards elderly people or those who are higher in hierarchy, higher than us. And then Jó napot is a formal greeting. If you talk to somebody who is approximately the same age as you, maybe 10 or 20 years older in a general context in the street, then you can say szia, like hello. And the Hungarian language adopted the greeting hello. So we say hello with a different pronunciation. We say hello, because Hungarian language puts the stress on the first syllable. So, but I remind you that hello in Hungarian is informal greeting. So don't say hello to an elderly people on the tram, okay? Because then that person will be heard because that is informal, and that elderly person would expect using the formal one. Okay, time flies. So now I try to, I show you a few images, and you can think about it. These will be illustrations of cultural differences. And the question is that, do the following cultural differences cause difficulties for you? Have you seen the building on the left? The beautiful palace, Hungarian Art Nouveau. If don't, go there. You won't regret. It has the best cafe. It's a very beautiful, elegant cafe, but the building itself is just a beauty. That's a very special Hungarian building. Okay, we spot a cultural difference. Is it difficult to accept? Sure not. It's something, you know, an object which is aesthetical. That's okay. Now the other one to the right, what is that? The Bushel Carnival. That's an end of the winter carnival. It's like a march. It belongs to the intangible world heritage of Hungary. And so if you're interested in that, in February, end of February, when we say goodbye to winter before the Lent start, this is a traditional march when people put on this frightening mask. This is called the Bushel Carnival. Carnivals are organized all around Europe. Now, that's a big cultural difference. So if you go there, visit that kind of festival, you will be surprised to see that, what are they doing. Does it cause any difficulty for you? No, it's just a program. So far so good. These were the visible part of the culture, which was the tip of the iceberg. Now, but what happens if your friend tells you that, let's have breakfast together? This single sentence brings in cultural implications. So the image which is born in your mind, it's up to your culture. So depending on what is the traditional breakfast in your visual image. And you say, what a good idea. And maybe you visit a friend, the friend invites you over breakfast, and you will be surprised to see what the friend is eating. So this is a cultural difference, and the example was the food. Now, here are a few more inconvenient cultural differences. Staring. Have you experienced this in Hungary? Very many of my international students complain that Hungarians stare on public transportations, in the street. So, sorry. Yes, we do that, but it's not bad intention. We are very curious. And we also stare at each other as well. So, what can you do? Turn away or stare back. So, anyway, Hungarians are staring, but at the same time, they pretend as if they were not staring. So this is pretty tricky. So this is not the type of staring which is in the picture, because that situation is slightly different, because there the girl actually violates the local tradition. So here in Hungary, we don't have strict regulations on how to dress, so you can wear anything. But in certain countries, there are codes and color codes, or there are some styles people are supposed to wear. So in this case, it is a cultural clash. Now, next one, kissing in the street. In Hungary, this is absolutely okay. So, you know the word PDA, public display of affection. So in Hungary, this is pretty open. So it means that people can walk hand in hand, touch each other, kiss in the street. It's absolutely okay. Now, in that case, we are very tolerant and we don't stare. We think that, okay, they are happy, good for them, just go on. So that's all. Sitting in the street. Try to avoid sitting in the street, because if you sit in the street in normal clothes, people will go up to you and say, are you okay? So because in Hungary, we think that if you have to sit down in a dirty street, then you must be sick. So try to avoid that. Keeping eye contact between the opposite sex. This is again something which is culturally regulated. In most of the countries, it is evaluated very positively, because keeping eye contact means honesty, attention, appreciation of your communicative partner. But in certain countries, it is not allowed, or is it limited for just limited time. So I just wanted to tell you that in Hungary, it's absolutely okay, and it's something positive. And what about simple things like generational greetings, like how to greet grandpa? That would be to the left, something which can happen in Hungary, in many European countries. The grandchild, or even I, would say that, hi grandpa, szia nagypapa, and then just put a kiss on the cheek. And this is, this kind of kindness and intimacy and closeness, expressing that would be absolutely fine. But in many other countries, like that's a picture from India I got from a student, she said that that's the way she greets her grandpa. See, cultural differences are striking and very big. So you can express, or we can express, respect with verbal and nonverbal signs. And nonverbal signs are the ones, so the gestures we use, that come so automatically that it's very, very difficult to control them. It's even impossible. Now, two more tricky cultural situations. Eating with hand. And with this slide, I would like to demonstrate that the same action in certain countries is evaluated positively as the normal, and in other countries, the same action is evaluated as horrifying, unacceptable, terrible, impolite, disgusting, blah, blah, blah. We can go on with these negative terms. So eating hands in Hungary is not okay, unless you're a child, but people won't take you to the police, so that's okay in another way. So if you don't want to be polite, that's your personal freedom in Hungary. But I would say if you go to a restaurant, it's not very common. You eat by hand, except you can eat pizza by hand. Going to class in tank tops. Now this is a sensitive issue, because this raises the issue of how much the female body should be covered. In Hungary, it is normal. It's absolutely okay to go to classes in tank tops. In many other countries, it is not okay. So that's why I'm saying that cultural differences are so variable. Okay, now we skip that. So what happens if you experience a cultural difference? Certain emotions will be born in you. And then there could be very many negative feelings, like being lost or shocked, and feeling of homesickness come into your life, or surprised or frustrated. So the question is, how do we cope with those challenges and difficulties? And the goal would be that I can manage that, I can handle them, and I can find a solution to them. So there are some good pieces of advice what to do with those situations which really hurt you, and you feel that the anger is going to be very strong and that you are on the point that you will explode. Then you should name the feeling, because once you name the feeling, it will be manageable. And you have to stop and pause. So don't break anything, don't hurt yourself, just stop and pause, try to suspend judgment, and think and try to figure out why did it happen, what really happened, reflect on that, and ask for clarification if it's possible. Sometimes I know it's not easy. Maybe you can find a friend after that who can help you to understand and interpret the situation. But there are situations when you can at that moment, or maybe after 5 minutes, you can go and clarify what happened. So what we have to actually acknowledge that why do we think that something is good or bad, normal or not normal? Because that's the way we were raised. So emotions are absolutely normal and natural, which are born with you, because you internalize certain values from your culture, and you take that those are the taken from granted values. And then when we are traveling, when we are moving to another country, then these values, these situations, these scenarios will be challenged. So just 2 more examples for clash of values and behavioral patterns. There are certain countries where people are very busy, work all the time, and we can say it's a quote from Hofstede, the cultural anthropologist, live in order to work. So, and then there are countries where the slogan could be work in order to live. So you may have heard about the Scandinavian work ethic. So the Swedish had the coffee break, the so-called fika, when they go out and chat and eat cakes and drink some coffee, and it's absolutely for just socializing and sharing problems. And actually it helps company culture, as the latest sociological surveys proved. But there are other countries when people work night and day and the shops never close. They are always open for clients. Now, Hungary is not like that. So here you will see that shops, banks, everything will be closed around 8, maximum of 10 o'clock. So it's good to keep in mind. And I know if you come from countries when everything is open 24 hours, that will be frustrating, because maybe you want to do your shopping at 2 a.m., but sorry, not in Hungary. So, but that's all right, I think, because, I mean, not all right for you, but I just wanted to encourage you that after a while, you will say, okay, then I do the shopping earlier, so then I think this is something which is easier to tolerate. Other clash of behavioral patterns, which are not representing only one values, but set of values, like offering food only once. So in certain countries, it is expected that the food will be offered maybe 2, 3, 4 times. Say, would you like some? And you are supposed to say no for the first time. In those cultures, the norm is that you have to be really like shy. Now in Hungary it's not the case. Don't say no, because if you say thank you, no, that you won't be given food. So people will not beg you, unless it's an old grandma, because they still kind of forcing to eat more and more. Being quiet or loud, it's a very interesting and very common cultural conflict, but you can, if you look around, you can experience that people in Hungary appreciate quiet, and especially in public transportation. So don't be loud on public transportation. Men and women always eat together or eat separate. That's also a serious cultural clash. In Hungary, we always eat together, but in certain cultures, it is different. So what we can understand that this kind of cultural, this is the theory of the cultural differences. What's in the bottom, those are the religion ideologies or the media which create and project or expect certain values, and those values of a given culture are expressed in rules and in the language use. So those are usually caused by whether the individualism or collectivist nature of the culture, and the other very important dimension is whether the culture is, we talked about it with regard to education, high or prefers high hierarchy or small. Now, and finally, because time flies, I'd like to quickly talk about culture shock. So now you've just arrived. There are lots of interesting programs, hopefully. You can enjoy the cakes and the all kinds of welcoming programs, but then your studies will start. You have to meet very many expectations. And then maybe at the beginning you will have time to go out to party. And then, you know, this is called the honeymoon phase, when everything is interesting, fantastic, hopefully. But then these cultural differences or these expectations will become stronger and everything will be kind of strange. And that's the phase of culture shock. And if you can overcome culture shock, then you can get into the adjustment or acculturation phase where you can handle this situation that you are here in Hungary now and you're studying. And another thing is, which I'd like to mention because it's usually out of our perspective, is this kind of re-entry shock. If you don't have the chance to go back home after 3-4 months, and maybe you only return after 1 year, you may feel some kind of re-entry shock. It means that your own culture will shock you. Honestly, I myself experienced that, and it was very, very surprising, even worse than the real culture shock I experienced, because I said, how can I feel my own culture alien? And that can happen because maybe you adjusted to the new culture so well, then when you go home, you develop some kind of foreign eye on your own culture, and that's frightening. So what can you do in the culture shock? Culture shock is actually it's a collective term where experiences don't feel new, people can feel confused or isolated or inadequate. So what you can do is try not to think of culture shock as an illness, but rather as a chance for growth and development. I know it sounds very idealistic and very naive, but it's not, because back in the 20 years, I have so many students who get over that, and they became strong and very successful learners. So what can you do? So read for pleasure. Don't follow others' life on your phone. Just read for pleasure. Do your favorite sport. Try photography or music. Draw, paint, walk and run. Physical activity really helps. I mean, it physically, chemically helps. Play. Go for yoga class, meditation, so your brain can be calmed down, or dance. It's also very good. We will have a dance anthropology student group who will regularly teach you different international dances in the Radnóti Cafe. Connect with your mentor or other international students, or if you feel that you feel terrible, then go to the counseling center. All right, so I think I will stop now, even though I have a few more slides and quotes. So this is just from a couple years ago at our summer university, and I will only read one quote from the large collection, and I hope you will have a wonderful semester. So let me finish with one quote. Okay, sorry. So I would like to read the third one because very many of my students told me that we in Hungary are pretty slow. And I, as a Hungarian, never thought of that. So she said that in my country, many people just do the work, but not with the heart, like a machine. Here, the rhythm is very slow. In my country, it's very fast. You have to do many things efficiently. You have to do it quickly. So here in Hungary, you don't have to. So enjoy your stay, and I wish you a very successful semester. And also I would like to encourage you that don't remain with your problems, then ask for help whenever it's needed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annette. This was really inspiring. I myself learned a lot about ourselves, right? About Hungarians. So it was very good. Thank you so much. And thank you, big thank you to all of you for being here today and staying until the end with us. I hope you found all the presentations useful and interesting. So, and congratulations. Wait up. I have a slide for you because you made it to the end. Wait. Wait, I want to show you my slide, my very, very last slide. Hooray, you made it to the end, congratulations. So, in the name of all of my colleagues and lecturers, I would like to thank you for your attention. We hope you found these sessions just as useful as they were intended to be, and that you leave with some key learnings. We are looking forward to meeting you tomorrow at the main building. Also, goodbye to everyone following us online. We had a couple of people watching us constantly, so thank you for your patience and perseverance. Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow.